there's an Ethernet, but it's got 2 cameras in it already. Probably, I think it's about as much as it will take. You might be looking.
What colour do you want? I just wax on prices. I think it's orange.
Yeah, I think I'm about 4'7". The lady's jacket is there.
I think we're all pretty much ready, right, guys? Who's here?
Nobody.
They're going up. Are they going to come? Are you going to come down after?
No.
Right. Wait, are you guys ready to do? Yeah.
Like 5 strange.
Thanks for asking. We're going to be ready soon.
Sorry?
kilometres for the question and answer?
We've done a handout one. We can't do the main line. So we don't
So you've done the handheld one for the question and answer, that?
Yeah, we've done a hand. Yeah, we've done a. It'll only take 2 cameras, and it's only got 2 cameras in already. It won't take any more than 2 cameras. That's what they've said. I'm sorry, because I think STV have flipped into it as well.
We're the union running for the SNP.
Guys, that's your 1 minute warning. Jeff.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can I welcome you to East Kilbride? For the past 6 weeks, we've been relentless in our door knocking, speaking to thousands of people across East Kilbride and Straven constituency. And they've told us that they're stuck on NHS waiting lists, anxious about the treatment. We've met parents who are concerned and worried about their children's future, worried that they're not going to get the same opportunities they had. And we've met people fed up with politics, questioning whether things really can get better. But friends, we know things can be better, and that's exactly what Labour is going to do. Labour's message is one of hope, of change, and of bringing integrity back into politics, turning a page on 14 years of Conservative chaos and decline. We're going to bring down bills, boost working pay. We're going to rebuild public services and put integrity back into politics. But for that to happen, we need to make sure that people go out and vote for it tomorrow. So let's get out there and deliver the change that Scotland needs. And it's my enormous pleasure to be able to introduce to you my friend and leader of the Scottish Labour Party, Anas Sarwar.
Thank you, Joni. Let's hear it for Joni Reid and all our fantastic Scottish Labour candidates who are ready to make history tomorrow. Friends, in 15 hours, the polls open and Scotland faces a choice. 5 more years of Rishi Sunak and the Tories, or change with Labour and Keir Starmer. 5 more years 5 more years of chaos and division, or the journey of change that gets opportunity back for so many Scots. And just think, if we make the right decision tomorrow, tomorrow can be the last day of a Tory government. Tomorrow we will decide whether we have the continuation of the division, of the decay, of the decline under the Tories and the SNP, or whether we start that journey of change with Labour. Tomorrow we decide whether we continue the politics of division and chaos that lets far too many people down, or whether we stop the chaos, turn the page, and start to deliver opportunities for people across the country. Because, friends, over the last few weeks, we have been campaigning for something that's bigger than ourselves. Bigger than me, bigger than any of our candidates, bigger than Keir, even bigger than the Labour Party. Because over the last 14 years, let's not downplay how much opportunity has been lost, how much potential has been squandered because of this Tory government that's done so much damage to our country. And when people wake up on the 5th of July, if we work hard, if we deliver our message, and if people vote for change, yes, we can end the chaos of the Tories. Yes, we can make sure we don't have 5 more years of Rishi Sunak. But the entire country can breathe a sigh of relief. A weight can be lifted off people's shoulders, and we can start that process of change again. That's what's on offer tomorrow. And now, over the course of the next 15 hours, the SNP and the Tories are going to say to you, your vote doesn't matter. That somehow the election's already decided. That you can choose not to vote or even use your vote as a protest. And we have got to loudly say back, if you want change, you have to vote for it. And who would have thought, when John Swinney and Rishi Sunak say that your vote doesn't matter, we have to say loudly, every vote matters, every Scottish family matters, every Scottish community matters, and Scotland matters, and it'll matter at the heart of a Labour government. But we also have an opportunity tomorrow, after 14 years where we've had a Tory government that hasn't even thought about Scotland or cared about Scotland, to elect a Labour government with Keir Starmer as our Prime Minister and have a man that cares about Scotland, understands Scotland and wants to deliver for the Scottish people. That's the change. After 14 years, a man of decency, integrity, honesty, that wants to do public service and that will put our country before any party and deliver for the people of Scotland. That's the choice facing people tomorrow. So I say directly to people across Scotland, if you want change, you have to vote Labour. If you want to make sure we get rid of the Tories, you have to vote Labour. If you want to turn the decade of decline and decay away and start the process of change, you have to vote Labour. If you want honesty, decency and integrity back into our public life, you have to vote Labour. If you want economic stability to bring down the cost of your mortgage, you have to vote Labour. If you want the journey of change to get our NHS back on track so it's there when you need it, you have to vote Labour. If you want to make work pay and give a pay rise to over 200,000 Scots, you have to vote Labour. And if you want a publicly owned energy company headquartered here in Scotland, GB Energy, to bring down bills for good and deliver more jobs, you have to vote Labour. And if you want to give opportunities to our young people so no potential is squandered and everyone can live their full potential, you have to vote Labour. And if you want a Prime Minister that's going to serve you and your family and our community and our country, you have to vote Labour. And to make sure we get rid of the Tories, you have to vote Labour. To put Scotland at the heart of a Labour government, you have to vote Labour. And to deliver the change our country needs, you have to vote Labour. Thank you. Friends, it gives me great privilege. And just think about where we've come in the last 3 years in Scotland, 4 years across the UK. We would not be in the place we are today, where we can, with humility, look people in the eye and say, after 14 years, we are ready to serve if you give us that privilege, and we are ready to deliver for you if we win this election. That would not have been possible if it wasn't for a man of decency and integrity, a man who's led this election campaign across our country, taking us from the worst result we have seen since the 80s, and now putting us ready to serve the people if they give us that opportunity. Friends, please welcome a man that I know with pride we are campaigning for in this election campaign, my friend, the leader of the UK Labour Party, Keir Starmer.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Anas, for those words. Thank you for all your support and friendship and your leadership with Jackie here in Scotland, because you've transformed and changed the Labour Party here in Scotland and put us in a position where the day before the election we're credible contenders for government. That's down to leadership, sheer hard work and change here in Scotland. And I wouldn't be able to stand on this platform making the case I'm making across the whole of the United Kingdom if it wasn't for the work and leadership you have shown here in Scotland. And Joni, thank you for your words. That was fantastic up here to open the proceeding. Profound and powerful words. And thank you to all of you for the warm welcome that you've given me as we walked in this afternoon. It was fantastic to come in, to see you, to hear you, to be back here in Scotland. On day 42 of this campaign, this is my second last stop of the campaign here back in Scotland, and I'm really pleased it is. And what a lift you have given me by that reception as we walked in to go those final few yards now towards the start of a historic day tomorrow. So thank you for that. Thank you for everything that you have done. This election is all about change. The chance to turn the page and start to rebuild. That is what tomorrow is all about. It's a stark choice. We've had 14 years of chaos, of division and failure in Westminster, of Scotland being let down in each and every one of those 14 years. One choice is to continue that. The other choice is to vote Labour, vote for change, and start to begin the rebuild across our country and here in Scotland. That is the choice on offer tomorrow. And it's such an important choice for Scotland, because Scotland needs change. But it won't happen if you don't vote Labour in Scotland. I want a Labour government to have Scotland at its heart. The route to a Labour government runs through Scotland, has always run through Scotland. And I want voters in Scotland not to send a message. The SNP say, the most important election for I don't know how long, and they say what? Send a message. Send a message. Send someone, an SNP MP, to sit on the opposition benches for this important period of history and say a few things across the aisle. I don't want Scotland to send a message. I want Scotland to send a government. I want our brilliant candidates to be brilliant Labour MPs from Scotland sitting on the government benches, delivering change for Scotland from the first moments after that election. Sleeves rolled up, working for Scotland, tirelessly from day one, not sending a message, delivering from Scotland, because that's what a Labour government will do, working with Scotland to deliver for Scotland. That is the change on offer. And we have to remember, here in Scotland, it's very tight in our constituencies. Every vote will matter. Every vote has to be earned. Constituencies could turn on just a few hundred votes. So we have to work tirelessly until 10 o'clock tomorrow night to get the trust and confidence of people to vote for change and vote Labour. A vote for any other party is a vote to continue with the Tories. And just imagine, if you dare, waking up on Friday morning to 5 more years of the Tories because people didn't go out and vote Labour. 5 more years of chaos and division and failure because they won't change. Have you seen anything in their campaign that suggests that they've changed? They've campaigned as they've governed. Chaos and division and failure. It isn't going to change. So we have to go out and make sure that we persuade people, those undecided, people who are not sure, not convinced change can happen, that change can happen, and that they can vote for it. We must do that work. Don't let up. Thank you for everything you have done. Thank you for what you will do, because we will not give up on a single vote. We will fight through till 10 o'clock tomorrow evening. But imagine instead the alternative. A Labour government on Friday morning. A Labour government ready and willing to deliver, starting the hard work of change with Scottish Labour MPs already hard at work, delivering for Scotland. Imagine that. From day one, it won't be easy, but we will make a start straight away. And it'll be a change worth having, the building of a different and better future for Scotland. That is the choice. Change. But change will only happen if you vote for it. So vote Labour. Vote for Labour MPs here in Scotland as part of a Labour government in this important election about change. So as Anna says, what is it? If you want change, vote Labour! Thank you so much. Thank you. We're going to take a number of media questions.
We'll take some media questions first from Colin at STV.
Sir Keir, on Friday you'll be hoping to hang the under new management sign on number 10, but for a lot of people it's just the same menu. When will people in Scotland feel the change that you're promising?
It is a completely different menu, because we've had 14 years in Westminster of chaos, of division, of failure, which has not delivered for Scotland. And I've not met anyone in Scotland who says they want things to stay the same. They want change, and that is what's on offer. That is the new menu for Friday morning, change. Change in the way our economy runs, so it runs and works for every single person across Scotland. Making sure we set up GB Energy. That's not in anybody else's manifesto. Based here in Scotland, a publicly owned company. Making sure that we tackle injustice and inequality everywhere. That is the change we begin if people vote for it tomorrow, but that change will only happen if people vote for it. Thank you so much.
And I'm giving you a bonus question as well, Colin.
Absolutely, the bonus round. You've got the backing of the Sun both in Scotland and across the UK. Is that significant for you?
I am delighted to have the support and the backing of the Sun. I think that shows just how much this is a changed Labour Party, back in the service of working people. And that is the change that's on offer tomorrow at this election. An important election, all about change. But if you want change, you have to vote for it. Thank you very much. And we have other backing that we are very delighted to have as well here in Scotland.
Thank you, Keir. Of course, we have the endorsement of the Scottish Sun today, who've said we've got to end not just the 14 years of chaos from the Tories, but end the 17 years of chaos of the SNP as well. And we're also delighted to have the backing of the Daily Record, again demonstrating that working people want change, and you only get change if you... Love the choir. BBC?
Thank you, Sir Keir. If the opinion polls are to be believed, you don't actually need to win Scottish seats to win this election. So how important is it to Labour to win this election in Scotland?
The polls do not predict the future. This is about change, and it's going to be really tight across Scotland. Many of these constituencies will turn on hundreds of votes, so it really matters. If you want change, you have to vote Labour. If you want to see the end of 14 years of Tory in Westminster, then you have to vote Labour. So it's important for that reason. But it's important for a second reason that matters hugely to me. If we do get change, and we are able to form a Labour government to serve, and it will be a government of service, I want to be the Prime Minister for the whole of the United Kingdom, and that means we need a powerful representation in Scotland at the heart of a Labour government. Thank you so much.
And last but not least, Catherine from Channel 4.
Excuse the shameless pun, how many seats would you consider a slam dunk for Labour tomorrow? Would winning anything less than the majority, would winning anything less than the majority feel like a missed opportunity?
Look, let's remember where we were when we started this 4 and a bit years ago. We'd just come off the back of the worst election result in 2019, general election result, since 1935. And Anas in Scotland and me across the UK working together in lockstep have changed this Labour Party, including here in Scotland, to a position where we are now credible contenders into that election. We've done that by recognising that we had to earn every vote, that nothing was taken for granted, and that it was our party that needed to change. I want us to go into government to serve and to deliver for Scotland. That is our ambition. That is the offer on Thursday. And everybody who wants to see the back of the Tories, who wants that change, has to vote Labour, so we begin that hard work of delivering for Scotland. So this is not a numbers game. It's about the kind of government that's on offer. Turning our backs on chaos, division, and the failure of the last 14 years, and ushering in a government of service to serve and deliver in Scotland. Thank you.
Catherine, just to add really quickly, as Keir has rightly said, we think about where we were 4 years ago and think about where we were 3 years ago. The last general election, we had our worst result in Scotland since 1910, and we came 4th. And if people vote the right way tomorrow, Scotland has a chance to make history, be the centre point of change, and deliver a Labour government. But as you've heard repeatedly today already, if you want change, you have to vote for it, and tomorrow you have to... Thank you, everybody. Let's go win that together.